You may be wondering why I'm holding a German version of Ni no Kuni limited edition, and why Rob has a sealed American Ni no Kuni. Well, today we're going to talk about our stories and our struggles with finding these limited and collector's items.
Sometimes these stories will end well. Other times, they end in disaster.
So I get to say something in this episode. I really enjoyed hearing about these limited edition games, and I want to hear some of these stories that you all hinted at about your experiences in getting this stuff. Because it doesn't sound easy.
No, it's not. They have, like Rob was mentioning a little bit last episode that we talked about these, is it's gone from, going to the store, pre-ordering, or buying, because they're sitting out at the same time. I will take the metal box. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Here's my extra $20.
Whatever.
And it's went from that to web store exclusives, where you're like, oh, okay, well, I got to pre-order this thing months ahead of time. That's fine.
But you still would get it. It's fine.
And you would get it.
It's fine.
And
this is
then,
fine.
Something happened, and to me, it happened with this piece of shit right here. Rob,
hold on.
Okay. Get this. So I'm going to tell this story really quick, and we all have stories like this, but this is our personal story. Ni no Kuni, the Wrath of the White Witch, came out, and that is not what that says.
Dear Fluke,
right.
Dear Weekend
So
Buggin'.
This came out, and it was huge, because it was from Studio Ghibli, right? And
yes, it was animation. Level 5 did the game.
Level 5 did the game. And I'm like, I gotta get that.
And he and I, we were constantly communicating.
And I don't give a shit. I'm like, I'm gonna pre-order it. And I did. I pre-ordered it months ahead of time. And it was exclusive to the Bandai store.
Bandai store.
So Bandai store.
Which was Digital
Bandai Namco.
River,
It was Digital River. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, my pre-order went in months ahead of time. I was like the 10th person that pre-ordered that thing. So I was ready.
I was traveling,
and I don't think he even pre-ordered. But the thing was that a week before the game dropped, Digital River, whoever did this, canceled all the pre-orders, all of our pre-orders, and opened up a small window for some reason so people could pre-order again. So a week before the game dropped, people went in and could order not only the game, the limited edition game from the store, but also as many copies as they wanted.
No, so what they're supposed to do is the people that actually pre-ordered originally got like a special URL that they could go and register or pre-order. And I wanted this edition, but I missed the boat, whatever. But after these people who had the special URL would go in, then regular people who had missed it the first time, they had more copies.
Yeah.
So that's where he called me. He's like, hey, make sure you go do this. He had pre-ordered, like, we're on the phone. He was like, boom, I pushed the buy button. And literally 3 minutes later, I said the same thing. Boom, I was able to do it the regular way. Right?
Yeah,
cool.
That's exactly what
Pre-order.
happened. What I didn't know was they had canceled the original pre-orders, right? And obviously this fucking story doesn't have a fucking happy ending because I'm not holding a Ni no Kuni, rather the White Witch box. I'm holding the German fucking copy, which was still expensive. But anyway, what happened was and you know me, anybody that knows me that calls Amazon or whatever when something goes wrong.
People are giving me this for free.
I end up getting whatever the hell I want, whether it's through gift cards or an item. And I remember specifically on the phone with Digital Me, I'm like, I don't give a shit if you have to hand make this motherfucker. You better send me my I don't think you better. He's like, I'll give you a $20 gift card.
It's not the same thing. So this happens to Omar, and I feel really bad because mine comes in as
because that's my copy.
So wait.
It said Omar, and I scratched off his name.
But so your pre-order was canceled, and then you got in that second window and put in a new pre-order?
No, I told him about it. We didn't know about our canceled pre-orders until like a week later.
Yeah, and
before the game came out, I got a notification that my order was canceled. I'm like, no, that's impossible.
So this comes in, and I feel really bad. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna find. And originally, I didn't think I was gonna get this at all because
that's right. So he ordered an Italian,
I ordered
German.
an Italian one, a German one, and a French one, right? And I canceled them all except for I think maybe one or two German ones. And the reason I chose the German one is because it has English subtitles. It's the same thing.
It's a Japanese. I think the only thing it's missing it's the coin from that.
Yeah. So for Christmas I got him that, and then that other one came in, and then this came in. And,
so I smashed this in his face, and I'm like, you take that and shove it up your ass because you're holding my copy of Ni no Kuni that you're not even gonna open and play. So anyway, we all everybody has stories like that. So if you have stories like that, please share in the comments because we all go through this like first world problems, right? Oh no, I can't get my $100 game.
Talking about first world problem is Fire Emblem Fate Special Edition. I have alluded to this in many a podcast. This makes me really pissed off just looking at it. So I pre-ordered this. This game came out February 20-something, and I pre-ordered it back in November.
2015.
Yeah,
came out last year.
Yeah, last year. So I pre-ordered it the November before this happened, right? So this day, it was like my sister-in-law's wedding. It's like, all right, I want to pick it up. This man messaged me and says, hey, I heard these are been delayed like a week. They're not shipping out to people because when I pre-order things, I usually send it to the store so I can just pick it up and get it, and I like to be social, whatever. So that's what I had done with this game, and I was really just going to get it like the next day or whatever because I had like things to do. And he calls me, he's like, no, they're being delayed. You may consider just going ahead and picking it up early. It's like, okay, so for lunch, I had the girls with me. I just fitted them for shoes. I was like, if I go to stop by the store, get the game, it'll take me 10 minutes. I can get the home, nap, then we can go do wedding stuff. It'll be fine. And they know me at this store. So I walk in, I'm like, hey, I got my email that said, come pick up your Fire Emblem's Fate. I like to go pick it up and get out of here. And the children, they're kind of beginning to lose their minds, but they're okay because this is only going to take 10 minutes. The dude goes in the back. The dude goes in the front. The dude goes in the side. This is at Best Buy, right? This is at Best Buy. I wasn't going to incriminate them, but you just did.
Fuck them.
So they're looking around, and then like my people like show up, and she's looking around, and she's like, and they start calling other stores. Now, keep in mind, again, this is nap time with like little children, so they're starting to get pissed off.
Here's another thing to keep in mind.
To get pissed off.
Here's another thing to keep in mind. As this is happening, and this has happened to me too, you're noticing eBay prices on this thing. You're noticing eBay prices on this the day you're looking for your copy. They're going for $200, and from $200 it went from $300.
This was
this was all the same day. This was $80.
$79.99.
Right? So the same day you're seeing prices go from $300 to $500 because people are just wanting these things, and you're like, somebody better manifest my copy right the fuck now.
So an hour and change into this of them trying to find a different store, trying to figure out, they're like, okay, we have inadvertently have sold it to someone else. Now, keep in mind, I'm a generally even-keeled, Jesus-loving kind of guy, right? Oh, I was hot to trot. Listen, I pre-ordered this thing back in November to avoid having to deal with this bull crap.
They unleashed the Medea in Raw.
You all better come with my Fire Emblem's Fate. Well, we can give you... They offered the regular edition of Fire Emblem's Fate. What makes this special is this comes with both games and a third Revelation game included all in the same cartridge. So, like, the only way to get that without paying extra $20 is to get this thing. So they're like, oh, we'll give you the regular edition for free. I was like, no! I don't want the regular edition for free. I want what I pre-ordered back in November for. How dare you? And so as I'm getting all Medea...
I ain't leaving here till she get it.
It ended up GameStop in Winchester. They were able to...
So about 30 minutes away from your house.
Yeah, 30 minutes away. So it was like, we can take care of you. And I drove out there and picked it up. And again, like the guys at Best Buy to try to take care of it and things like that. And they... But...
Yeah, but they inadvertently sold your copy
as in
on eBay?
A store employee, yeah.
Usually it's somebody's friend wanted a copy later.
Well, and you gotta think, like, we've all worked at retail. We know what it's like when things come in, like, you know, Furbies and your cousin
Amiibos.
So this episode raises our high blood pressure. Go get that medicine. Because we're not... we're near mint condition. We're not in mint condition, damn it. So... We all go through this like as collectors, and it started like, and it doesn't just have to be limited edition things. Sometimes it can be easy to find things like Amiibos. When the Amiibos first dropped, they turned into like the Beanie Baby fiasco. You know, you couldn't find Marth, you couldn't find Villager, you couldn't find Wii Fit Trainer, and you're like, I don't want Wii Fit Trainer, but fuck, I gotta have it now. Now it's on. I'm finding Wii Fit Trainer.
I remember being in Dallas and driving to stores 3 and 4 times. Did you get it in? Did you get it in? Did you get it in? Trying to get Marth.
Oh, yeah. Marth was impossible to find. So that window that we talked about earlier, that went from 8 months to you going, hey, you know, I'll wait a week. I'll wait 2 weeks before the game comes out and decide to get it. It's gone. Because now you got things like this. This is the Zelda Master Edition. I was on a plane when he texted me, hey, it's live. And Rob and I are really good about talking about games like, and I'm sure everybody has a...
Collectors
we gotta help each other out, right? Help each other out because we don't want to pay the scalpers.
And a little bit of backstory about this. Like, Nintendo announced this at a Japan conference that was like started at 11 p.m. our time, and at the end was like 1 a.m. They announced this, and I stayed up wanting to pre-order the Switch and pre-order that. And at 3:37 a.m. is when it finally went live on Amazon, and I hit the button to buy, and I told everyone, like, hey, go get this, and I sent him links. I did not know that he was traveling.
Oh yeah, I was on a plane, so as soon as I land, I get all these messages, and one of them is like, so before I even called my family, tell them I landed safely, I'm trying to buy this fucking thing on Best Buy and Amazon, and I'm like, oh, that was from 7 hours ago.
Yeah, and I felt so bad, because it was like, it was alive, like Amazon and stuff, even though this was 3:37 a.m., it was gone in like 10-15 minutes. It was
that's
quick.
The other thing. Like
GameStop stuck it around for a little while longer. Like it was still alive at 8 a.m. and I was like, okay, everyone has it. Everyone is
these things don't go live at like 5 o'clock when you're home, with your family. Right? These things go live at 3 o'clock. I remember one time I made the decision to stay up until the second wave of Amiibos came out. They had pre-orders from Amazon, and I stayed up like an idiot. And then I realized, you know what? Fuck it. I have a 401k. I'll buy it from some third party on eBay. I'm done. I can't stay up at 4 o'clock in the morning waiting for an Amiibo to go live. And sure enough, it went up live like at 4:01 as soon as I went to bed or something. But yeah, these windows are getting smaller and smaller, and there's a lot of factors that play into this, like eBay, of course. People that sell on eBay, people like us that are older that don't want to wait in line anymore, like that don't want to stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning to get a limited edition Fire Emblem. So Fire Emblem came live the day that they announced it was coming out. The day that Nintendo said we're having a limited edition. I remember going to looking on Best Buy's website, like F5, hitting that F5 button, and sure enough, it came live within like a few hours after.
And see, this is the thing, like the Master Edition, like that morning, Reggie said, it was a Treehouse event, Reggie goes, yes, if you're a Nintendo fan, you want to get this because it's in very limited quantities. When he said that, it was about 9 a.m., it had been sold out hours and hours and hours and hours and hours before. And the thing is, it makes this really tough for like casual people who want to try and get these games later on, because there was 1 or 2 times that came available, but literally it was 60 seconds. It was
because he texted us like anytime it came live. I as soon as I add it to my cart, before I go to checkout, it's gone.
And there's bots, and you know this in the Toy Claim, there's bots that can home in on a URL, and they're just running and pounding, and as soon as they go in, they're gone. This is why no one can find an NES Classic Edition, because the bots are honing in on that, they're honing in on that, they're honing in on that. So people like me who don't want to, I'm not going to scalp the game, I actually legitimately want to play it, and I'm not trying to screw everyone over. It's a problem. But I can put that thing on eBay right now for $500 and it would clear no problem.
And that's the other thing too, is do these things even hold their value, right? Because I know Rob keeps his sealed for the most part, but like me, I open a lot of these things. I don't expect to sell them, but I love having a collector's edition. I don't keep things in boxes, but I love having that collector. Anytime I want to go look at the art book or just listen to some music or whatever. But I mean, as soon as they're open, do they hold their value? I remember running in a Ni no Kuni at a half-price books, and I even had a 50% off coupon. And they had it for it was $120 or something, like $125.
Yeah.
So I could have got it for $60-something, but I was so bitter about the whole world deal. I looked at it like an ex-girlfriend. I'm like, you fucking dirty whore. Fuck you.
I felt so bad about that. But like I said, with this, like with the Metal Gears, there's a Metal Gear Special Edition of Metal Gear 3, 4 is over here. There's this 5 that came with this hand. Like, I legitimately think it's cool. Like, this hand is a part of the game. So, like, I think it's cool to have the stuff, and these things come with like I think 4 came with a Blu-ray of like not the making of the game, but backstory about the game. Peace Walker came with like an art book that talked about other type of things. I really like the extra stuff that comes with these collector's editions. But sometimes, like this thing came with, we did an unboxing, came with the Master Sword. How the heck am I not going to get a Master Sword? And how dare you, Nintendo, only release 5 copies and not even let your employees have them? That is foul. So,
and there's another thing too, is I do the waiting game. I realized that some of these companies have limited editions that I'm like, you know what? Let's ride it out. And I kind of did that with Horizon. I'm like, I'll wait till that gets... Because I did that with Street Fighter. I did that with Mighty Number 9.
I did that with Street Fighter also.
Like, Mighty Number 9, I paid like $7.99 for it. Because it was limited edition. I know it was a bad game. Except Rob loves it. But it was $7.99. It came, it was retail $60. It came with a statue. It came with... but I did it with Street Fighter 5. I'm like... And I told him, I'm like, I'm waiting till Street Fighter 5 hits below $35. And you were
And it
like,
was
I don't know.
$100. It
And you
was
were like,
$100.
because
It
I
will
remember
never
you and
hit
I
that
having
low.
this discussion.
Yep.
You're like, I don't think it'll ever hit that low. And I'm like, I give it 6 months before he hits. And sure enough, before 6 months, it was $34.95. And I'm like, all right, that's the price I said I would buy. So I bought the limited edition with the Ryu statue.
Yep. Same here. Like, after giving him crap, I was like, okay, I got to do the same thing. Ask me how many times I've played Street Fighter V.
So it's a gamble, right? Do you wait it out, or do you buy the game right now because it's gonna be gone, like Fire Emblem or whatever?
You can find it in my face.
Thank you for watching Near Mint Condition. Please let us know in the comments any stories you have about finding or not finding, or someone selling your limited edition collector's editions of video games. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much.
You made me open things. I would have never opened for something. You made me open that!
It got 10 views.
Totally worth the effort, too. Worth it. Like, yay! I'm so excited about this. This will get hundreds of views. Two people are like, good job, man.